all of the steel cards in the first chapter, where this is Dreamborn Inc. and we are sorting by steel just by pressing this button up here. And then we're pressing the first chapter in the filters. And these are the cards. These are the first 34 steel cards that we saw. 36 if you think that the enchanters are any different, but they're not. They're the same card. Incredible. Here's Aladdin. He is our cornered swordsman hero. He's a storyborn hero. He's got that 2-1 stat line, a quest for 2. Just like what I was saying in the Sapphire video, lots of stuff in Steel is going to quest for big amounts. Not big amounts, but like 2 and 1. I don't think there might be any 3 questers in Steel this set. Are there? Ooh, oh, there's one. All right, so we can't say it because there's an exception. There's Maui. He quests for 3. He's the only one, though. Small amounts of lore found here. Oh, no. So the street rat found a sword. And a backbone. Zugabooga. What about her? Razul. This Beast, and Beast had some play a while ago because it's kind of like a Benjamin. When people were really hot onto the flute songs, the Sleepy's Flute, like this was a card to have. People, not just people, but me, I tech this card instead of Beast Tragic Hero because it was the same stat line. Beast is a Tragic Hero is a 3/5 that quests for 2, but this one is also the 5 drop, but it has the Benja's ability. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. It's funny that we call it the Benja ability, but this card was definitely first. This card makes sense. I like it. And what a spooky artwork. Thank you, Cookie, for making such a spooky card. Who's that back there? Cogsworth? We have 3 Captain Hooks in the first set. This Captain Hook, though, he's kind of a whole mood. I tried him out. Turns out he doesn't work, and I don't think he'll work ever again. He has the double the powder. When you play this character, you may return an action card named Fire the Cannons from your discard to your hand. So, in set 1, your steel-based removal was Fire the Cannons. What else did they have? They had Plasma Blaster, Fire the Cannons, Grab Your Swords. So, like, these are how you are damaging ready characters and Smash. Smash was a huge one. But Fire the Cannons, super cost effective. You pay 1, you get stuff back. Captain Hook, the captain of the Jolly Roger, can get them back. He's got that 3/4 stat line, which isn't the best, but it can challenge some stuff. His value is right there in his ability to get back your Fire the Cannons. But don't expect this card to ever do anything ever again, because Fire the Cannons has been replaced by much better action things like Baboom. Baboom is just hands down a better card, better options. And Triton's Decree, kind of a better option because it gets around Ward. You know. And he's got a little flavor text here. It's a storybook, so it's straight from the lore. A pretty psyched Mr. Smee will pot 'em like sitting ducks. What does that even mean, dude? I don't know. Captain Hook, the Forceful Duelist. This one has Halloween written all over it because it's orange. And a costume. Dreamborn Villain, Pirate Captain, all the... What are these called? Attributes? I think they're called attributes. Challenger 2, so he goes to a 3/2 character. There's not a lot of better value than Captain Hook. And then in Into the Inklands, we got the Jolly Roger, which was a pirates move here for free, and they gain rush. It was so good. Like, Captain Hook at Jolly Roger is a whole mood. This card will never not be a good 1-drop steel staple. And they're pretty cheap for what they are. Was this a D23 one? Wow. Captain Hook Forceful Duelist knows what's up. I've played them in dozens of decks, and I don't think I'll ever stop playing them. I'm very happy to have. If you're a steel lover, this is probably a good card for you to have in your collection. The next Captain Hook is kind of a bop, especially against those aggros. During every new set release, aggro is going to be pretty popular. Like, it's an easy win con, and it usually gets support every set. So people play their little 1-drop Lilos and their 1-drop Daisy Ducks. This thing says, you got the Shift 3 and you got Challenger 3. So it's a 5/5 when it's challenging, and then characters will cost 3 or less can't challenge this character. So I was thinking the other way around. I was thinking this was important because you could not take damage from them. I think that's Amari. Like, you don't take damage when you're Namari if you challenge a low-cost character. There's a card like that out there. You don't take damage from already damaged characters, or you don't take damage from... Am I just thinking of resist? I'm thinking of a Namari card. Trust me. I don't know which Namari card I could be thinking about. This Captain Hook I like because he can sing Grab Your Swords. And just look how happy he is, dude. What a vibe. An absolute vibe. Cerberus the three-headed dog is better than Beast Tragic Hero? Question mark. Beast Tragic Hero is only a 3/5. Beast Tragic Hero is banished by Medusa and is banished by Along Came Zeus. This isn't banished by Medusa. This isn't banished by Along Came Zeus. This is the best 5-drop steel card there is, and he's such a good boy. Always vigilant, always fierce, always fighting over the ball. And then in the new set, we got a card called Invited to the Ball. That's Cerberus for you. He's a vanilla card, and I like him. I think he has potential, and I'm not even joshing. I don't play him, but he has potential. He does. Donald the Duck, the Musketeer. He completed the Musketeer trio. We got Mickey in steel. Oh, I guess he's to come. He's over here. And then we got Goofy and Amber. And then, boom, the trio complete. Donald the Duck. Bodyguard. That's all right, especially with 5. That's a lot of survivability on a 4-cost card. Not bad. This is a good card. During your turn, your Musketeer characters gain evasive. If you didn't know, this card could help you take out Diablo back in the old meta, like 2 metas ago. Donald Duck here. If you played any Musketeers, you get evasive, and then you just take them out, dude. And it was a good thing. You never saw it coming. Because who's going to read all the text on this card? I barely do. Stay alert. And it even gives him evasive because he is a Musketeer character. During your turn, your Musketeer characters gain evasive. He's evasive on his turn. And this one's a special edition from Spiel, I think, is the place where that is from. But I might be wrong about that. This is Gantu, the legendary that should never have been a legendary. Relax, enjoy the trip, and don't get any ideas. How crazy. Characters with cost 2 or less can't challenge your characters. Ooh. They can't even challenge all of your characters. I thought it was just Gantu. That's kind of cool. The foil's only $8. This is probably the worst legendary they ever made. It's so high in steel, like the ink cost is so high that you're never playing anything for 8 in steel. You're doing other stuff in steel. You're not doing this good old shark face guy. The Gantu Redemption Arc. Citizens of Lorcana has been saying it forever. Gantu Redemption Arc needs to happen. It's not a good card. If you think you can play a Lilo and Stitch themed deck and play this Gantu, think again, buddy. This is goons. And they may be useless, but they came with the castle. And these goons actually have different names. No joke. Like, I watched the anime and they were like, oh, this goon is Scary Goon or something. Like, the goons have different names, dude. This goon might be like Alligator Face Goon. They're all different goons. Just throwing it out there. It's a 1/2/2. It's the vanilla. It's kind of like Flounder, and it's got the same attributes as Flounder. Storyborn ally. Let's go. How are these allies? Just an ally to Maleficent? These are villains, dude. Hans is the little stinker. 4-cost inkable, so he's pretty playable. And in set 1 meta, he sure was played. Storyborn villain prince. Whenever this character quests, you may deal 1 damage to chosen character. So, way better than that Robin Hood where you have to exert it to deal a damage. This one, you quest, you gain your 2 lore, and you get to do a damage. It's a twofer. It's a super rare. That's a twofer. I like it. Tired of being last, he decided to cut in line because he was the 13th in line. Get it? And this little symbol means that it's made up for the story of Lorcana. This is Hercules, and he is a crest bearer, which means that he bears the crest of the steel ink. This is the steel ink symbol, and he's bearing the crest. He's got like a little lion face, and this is a Dreamborn character. We don't know what is up with Dreamborns. I don't think. You gotta admit, that was pretty heroic. He's got the bodyguard ability. He was only a 3/3, but he only cost 3. He's a solid shift target, is what he is. And he's a cool art. He was in the Lorcana anime for the marketing materials. This is Kristoff, and he's got a big old block of ice because he's the official ice master. This is straight from the lore. It says, Kristoff, you want to talk about a supply and demand problem? I sell ice for a living. Anna, oh, that's a rough business to be in right now. I mean, that is really, that's unfortunate. He quests for 2. He's a 3/3. Would you rather have a bodyguard or would you rather have a Kristoff? Would you rather have one more lore or would you rather have a bodyguard? They're the same sort of thing. Oh, this is a hero and a prince, dude. This is way better, dude. I'd play this over Kristoff any day. I don't think I've seen anybody play Kristoff. If you ever played Kristoff, tap it in the comments. Prove it. Tell me about it. I don't think anybody's ever played this card. I don't think even people that play Elsa-themed decks are going to play Kristoff because Kristoff and Elsa, they don't go together. He goes with Anna. Cronkity Bonkity, the right-hand man. When the Lorcana first came out, there was a cool post of a guy who had a whole binder full of Kronk, and he was flipping through the binder, and then he said, oh yeah, it's all coming together. And it was a really good post. Kronk's a vanilla. He's a 6 cost 6/6 for 2 lore. Incredible. I like Kronk, and I liked that post even more. And the second set, we got another Kronk, but this was the Kronk. This was the Kronk that we got. This Lilo's interesting. It's a Dreamborn because she's doing a little bit of a different thing. She's got the Plasma Blaster. Is this Galactic City Council? What is behind her there? Where is she that this is behind her? This is a crazy art, dude. Space. That's where aliens come from. And also tourist. Is she in space? We need more lore about this specific card. What is going on, Lilo? It's a 4/2, which is really decent. Like, you're paying the same cost as you would for this, but you're moving the strength over from the willpower. See how that? You move the willpower over into the strength. Just one of them. And this question for 2. It's the same as Kristoff. Would you have a Kristoff or would you have a Lilo? I'd definitely have me a Lilo. No. Interesting. This is in the starter decks and is in the starter deck for Rise of the Floodborn 2. And I think she's very easy to take out to upgrade your deck. Like, she's not a card that should stick around in your deck, if you know what I'm saying, because she's not the best there is. This Maui surely isn't the best there is. I pulled a Maui the other day, this one, out of a first chapter pack, and it had a little ink air right up there, and I like it because it's a little bit different. It has a little circle of ink up there. He's got the Storyborn Hero Deity. We don't have anything that procs with deities yet, but as soon as we get a card that like interacts with deities, maybe this will pop off. Maybe it's like play a deity from your graveyard for freeze or something. From back here, maybe I just need glasses, but it kind of looks like he has a mustache. When the gods gift you a boat, you take it. The boat's owner is optional, Zuga Booga. But this Maui ain't it. Like, it's so surprising that the Ruby Maui, that's a 5 cost, is also a rare, and this one's also a rare. Like, they tick the same rare spot of a pack. But the Ruby Maui is so good. This one was for the D100 set, the Rise of the Floodborn, like, extra set that they put out that was in the gift box shaped thing. And he's doing the same thing. He's holding the same boat, just in a different pose. How cute is that? Not good, unplayable. This is the Mickey Mouse that you know. It is the Dreamborn Hero Musketeer. They gave this out at Gen Con 2023. This card's still about like $80, which is crazy. He's got the bodyguard ability, which you can play him exerted, and then people have to attack him. But he has 7 willpower, so he survives a lot of attacking. Your other Musketeer characters get 1 strength. All for 1. 1 for all. Is that what Donald's ability is too? Is that also called all for 1? It's called Stay Alert. I guess that makes more sense for this to be all for one because it gives people strength. But Donald's gives people evasive. Maybe that should be all for evasive. No, I don't know. Prince Eric is a way worse Captain Hook, but also not a bad card. I played it for Into the Inklands meta for a green steel list with Ursula, like prioritizing Ursula, but this was also here to like help take out locations because having a 3/3 challenger for on turn 2 is pretty good. Like having the ability to take out locations back in the Inklands meta was okay, but other than that, woof. Prince Eric has a shift target in Amber. Has a Floodborn in Amber, and this can be a shift target, so maybe it has some value there. I lost her once. I'm not going to lose her again. He probably lost her again because I think in Azurite Sea, we're going to see that Ariel took over for the Mad Sea Witch. I don't know. I like Prince Eric. I like him for taking out locations. You tell me, camera guy. This is Simba. And we're not in full screen mode anymore. We got to go back to full screen. Here's Simba, the future king. This card made the Rockstar Flood possible, and I love it. Because of that, it's super useful. It's utilitarian. You can play it on one, and then you can scry your hand. When you play this character, you may draw a card, and then choose and discard a card. That's a good deal. Like, it's solid. If you need to dig a little deeper, and if you have a shift target for the Simba, which we do now, which banishes a location, it's a good card. I like it, and it's perfect art. Thank you for making this cool art. Now on to the way worse Simbas. This one's a rare. He's got the Challenger 4. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever read this card. What are we talking about? He goes to an 8/6. That's crazy when he's challenging. During your turn, this character gains invasive. I'll do what it takes to save my kingdom. I haven't heard anybody play this card, but that doesn't sound too bad. I guess because it's 7. And in Steel, you don't play anything above 5. And if you play something for 6, it's going to be Tinkerbell. Like, all these Steel cost 6 cards, like even to cost. You don't play it. It costs 6. That's just too much in Steel. It is. After you get to 6, the game's over. And this isn't going to change the game. This Simba, not it. And if you pull the... Oh, they have little monkeys there. That's great. Oh, that's a zebra. Did you know there was a zebra on an official Disney Lorcana card? Oh my gosh, and that's a giraffe. Wow. Incredible. Hard to believe that this was the one chosen for an Enchanted and not Gantu. Gantu Enchanted win. This is the 3rd Simba in the first set. And he also didn't see play. During your turn, when this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 1 lore. Ooh, wow. That's kind of like the Aladdin and Ruby. But this is so bad. It's 5 cost uninkable and it can't even shift. What's the point, my guy? For 3/5, it has to be out for a whole turn. And then you're not even questing with it. Like, why isn't it a gain 2? Like, we got the way better version of this in Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood. Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood even has a 6 and costs 1 more. Dude, this got power crept so bad. Like, Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood has almost the same stats. Oh, this card is so bad compared to Robin Hood. It isn't uncommon. So, like, I guess they can change up what they do. But this is so comparable to Robin Hood that we have Robin Hood at home, dude. So bad. If you play this, don't. Play a Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood. If you don't play this 10-cent card, play a $40 card instead is what I'm saying. Starkey here has a special place in my heart because we make TikToks ready setting. And one of our first TikToks that ever did well was about Starkey. And we used like that trickster voice was that, oh, Starkey here gets +1 lore. And just fond memories of this card right here. That was only a year ago, but I hold him in high regard. Look how scary he is, the Storyborn ally pirate. And he's got a spicy ability. I think he can work one day. While you have a captain character in play, Wendy, the new captain from Azurite Sea. While you have a captain character in play, this character gets +1 lore. So you can only ever go to 2 lore. So it's not that cool. Especially when Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood exists. Am I right? Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood is also 5 cost that has the 3/6 stat line and quest for 2. The only thing that it has going for it is that it can take stuff out with its 5 strength, but its ability is saying, hey, maybe you should quest this thing. It has the pirate keyword, so you can move it to Jolly Roger and it can rush, but oh, is that like a Maui and Steel with Jolly Roger? It's not good. I just have a special spot in my heart with it. A pirate must be tough, loyal, and strong. Smart doesn't even make the list. Oh, Starkey, that's so silly of you to say. Taka, the second legendary from the set. What was the first legendary, dude? Gantu. Gantu, you yuck. Second legendary. There's only 2 legendaries in each color. This is it. Taka. And if you didn't know, Taka is a Tafiti. But she's really mad. The Dreamborn villain deity. They got to make a card for the deity to work the keyword. It's there. Having the deity keyword is useless right now. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 2 lore. You know who else does that? Aladdin. You know who else does that? Robin Hood Champion of Sherwood. I guess you just have to pay 1 to move this to Jolly Roger. I think this would work in a Pirates deck. This isn't bad. Maui, you ever defeat a lava monster? Moana, no. Have you? I think this would work in the John Silver Locations deck. But the thing with John Silver's Locations deck is you didn't get a buff 4 ink a lot of the times because you're just playing John and then you're moving him to a location for like 1. Like to get up to 6 ink in that, you just need Doc to refill your hands. Taka could work. Don't give up hope on Taka. She's going to be good one day, especially if we get a Tafiti shift for like 10 or something. I don't know. And is the smoke her hair? Ooh. All right, now we're getting into the crazy good cards. Like all of the actions, not all of the actions. I'm talking about 3 actions. Well, 4 if you count Fire the Cannons. Oh, 5, I don't know. Tinkerbell, one of the best cards. All right, I'm going to say it. The best card in all of Steel first chapter. Or is it Whole New World? No, I'm staying with Tinkerbell. It's got to shift 4, so you could technically play this on turn 4, which is crazy value. And then it has, when you play this character, deal 1 damage to each opposing character. This is how you were getting rid of Bucky's back in the day. Puny Pirate ability. So not only does it have this sick ability, not only can you play it on turn 4 and it has a 4/5 to take out stuff, it has one of the most cracked abilities right here. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may deal 2 damage to chosen opposing character. This thing clears boards. This thing clears out anything you want it to do. And it's got an enchanted version. Is this the Jolly Roger? I don't know. And what's this pink thing hanging off the side? That's a person's pants. I'll be surprised if next year this isn't $300. Because this card, super good. Just a wonderful card to pull. Ally Fairy, the fairy keyword. Ooh. When you play this character, deal 1 damage to each opposing character. So good, dude. You want to damage characters? You want your green damage characters abilities to proc? Play the Tinkerbell. This is the shift target for Tinkerbell that we got. That was also given out as a promo card. And lots of people will be in the comments and be like, oh no, this wasn't a promo card. It was a card given to us promotionally for the game. It's a promo card, right? Like promo is just promotional. And this promotes Lorcana. And this was given to us in a big stack at the LGS. I like this card. And look how cute. She's got a little thimble. She's got a little shield. She's got a little... Oh, that's like one of those pin things for a map. It's one of those red little pins that you put in a map or something. A sewing needle. A thimble and sewing. Like, that's how you pin something down when you're sewing it. Not for a map. What am I talking about? The Tiny Tactician, it's got the battle plan. So you have to play this card, and then you wait a turn while it tries. And the next turn, you can exert it, draw a card, then choose and discard a card. So it can let you dig a little deeper. Or you can just shift your Tinkerbell on it the next turn, and then start attacking with Tinkerbell. And that's what is most often going to happen. The Tinkerbell line, super cool. Super good. One of the best lines there is. One of the best shifts there is. A Whole New World. This is the song card that is the best song card. It lets you discard your hand and draw 7. And sometimes, most of the time, you already have no cards in your hand. And then you'll sing it, and then boom, you're filled up, you get 7. The only downside is your opponent gets cards too. So one time I said, hey guys, maybe we should change the name of this card to your opponent gets all the cards they want and you get none of the cards that you need. How about that? The regular card is $13. The foil version is almost $25 for this card. That's how good it is. It's 5 costs uninkable, but that's okay because you don't want it in your ink. You want to sing it. You want to play this for free by singing. And we got the Aladdin and Jasmine, and it's the Shining, Shimmering, Splendid. The best card. If you haven't played it, I recommend it. It's a good feeling to have a whole new hand. It's a professor's research. I don't know what it's called in Magic or anything, but it's called Wheel. Called Wheel in Magic. Everyone calls this Wheel. Jafar Wheel. This is the Wheel. Yeah, this deck has its whole own archetype with Jafar. Like, if you want to make Jafar work, you kind of have to play it in steel. Purple steel. Boom. Jafar. Put it in the wheel. Get 7 lore with the Jafar legendary from Into the Inklands. You know what's up. This is the break. It has the banished chosen item for 2 cost. Literally unplayable, dude. Like, you're gonna waste your turn on this or play a Benja on 3. Wouldn't you rather have a Benja that quests for 2 and does the same thing for just 1 more ink? This should be a 1 cost card, in my opinion. Is that the genie lamp right there? Is this Beast Horns or is that Maleficent? Where's Diablo? No one throws a tantrum like Beast. Literally unplayable. This card, don't do it. There's so many better things right now, especially I find them at Platinum, banish all items. So many better things to do with your ink. Don't play break, even if you really, really like red chairs with gilded wood. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Fire the cannons. 1 uninkable, you deal 2 damage to chosen character. Captain Hook, you know what he says? He says, double the powder and shorten the fuse. And Mr. Speed says, shorten the powder and double the fuse. And that's the exact opposite of what Captain Hook said. That's where the communication breakdown is right there. That's Captain Hook. And he knows Captain Hook by his cool hat and the feather. This is a great card, and it's Lilo's best friend. What's better than dealing 2 damage to chosen character? Well, I'll tell you, it's deal 2 damage to each opposing character. Ha, ha, ha. That's Gaston's Shadow if I've ever seen it. We don't like what we don't understand. In fact, it scares us. Ooh, that's deep. And that's from the Mob Song. And in Ursula's Return, we got a card called the Mob Song. But this is such a better line from that song. What's up with all these people having ponytails? Gaston's got a ponytail. He's got a ponytail. One of the best Steel Song cards. Lots of people are dropping it because I have too many uninkables. But it's so valuable, dude. You can just clear whole boards right there with it. Deal 2 damage. Get rid of them. Get rid of Diablos. Get rid of Buckies. It goes through Ward because it's not choosing a character. It's a global effect. It's a good card. It's one of the best songs there is. Ransack. Let's talk about it. Draw 2 cards. Then choose and discard 2 cards. Why would you do it? Who has time to read labels? It might be good. Oh, it says draw 2. Why aren't people buying this in Jafar? This could get you 2 lore. Because it's not a song. Watch just being hectic crazy there. I think this is the magic potion that turns Yzma into a kitty. So why is he just throwing it around and why don't we have a Yzma kitty yet? That's what I want to know. This is Smash and this is Marshmallow from Frozen. He says, go away. Deal 3 damage to chosen character. A perfect action card. A perfect removal. Perfect. Perfect card. It was so good. I think it'll make a comeback one day. There are a little bit more cost-effective things now, and especially stuff that like deals damage to locations too. But in set 1 meta, top decking this was a good thing. But now top decking this might not be a good thing. I like Smash, and you should too. It's very cost-effective. We got 4 more cards to stay with me. We got 4 more cards to talk about, so stay with me, camera guy. We got the Beast Mirror. You pay it down for 2 ink. It's an item. You can exert it that turn, but you better have another 3 ink to pay. If you have no cards in your hand, draw a card. Ashamed from his monstrous form, the beast concealed himself inside a castle with a magic mirror as his only window to the outside world. Why'd he do that, dude? This card's no good. You have to pay 5 ink to maybe draw 1 card. Like, if it was a draw 3 to have no cards in your hand, I don't know. I just think it's super overpriced for a draw 1, especially when Amethyst, I guess Amethyst, like, whole deal is that to draw cards, but Amethyst can do this for also 5 ink. No, Amethyst does this for 6 ink with the mirror, with the Queen's mirror. Amethyst does this with 6 ink with the magic mirror. The Misc mirror does it for 5 ink, but you have to have no hand. It's not the best, and it's not even the best as an item. Like, you don't want to play this with Tomato. There's better options out there. Don't play the Beast Mirror, and don't feel bad if you don't have a Beast Mirror. This is the Frying Pan, and who's that? Holden. The Frying Pan, we might not ever know. It's a fine piece of cookware. But as a weapon, it's truly stunning. It's got the Clang ability. Banish this item, and then chosen character can't challenge during their next turn. So, lots of Rapunzel cards. And I'm talking about specifically one other Rapunzel card that we just got from Shimmering Skies. When Will My Life Begin? Have this same, like, ability where chosen character can't challenge during the next turn, and you get to draw a card, and it's a 4-cost song. No, it's a 3-cost song. It's a better thing. You pay 1 and you get to draw. You pay a 1 kicker. Like, this has been outclassed already by a card in its own IP. Tell me if you'd ever play Frying Pan. Tell me if there's any reason to ever want to play the Frying Pan. There was one person, I think it was the artist, they drew like an egg here, and then they got it graded, and it was crazy. I like that card. I'd like to see that card again, in fact. Musketeer's Tabard, the rare item. Whenever one of your characters with Bodyguard is banished, you may draw a card. Who has Bodyguard? Everybody. When you have the legendary Mickey Mouse from Ursula's Return, every Musketeer does, right? Like, this got support, but it's only useful in a Musketeer deck. Bodyguards aren't as good as you think they are. And our last card is the Plasma Blaster. You put it down for 3 uninkable, which takes up your 3 turn. It's a lot to ask. And then you exert it. You have to pay 2 ink and you deal 1 damage to chosen character. This has also been outclassed by Seven Dwarfs Mine. Like, this card wishes that it was Seven Dwarfs Mine. Seven Dwarfs Mine is a 2-cost inkable location. And then you pay 2 ink to move to it. And then you can ping 1 damage. It's already better. Seven Dwarfs Mine, already better. And then it's not easily banished by all these banish item cards. Plasma Blaster, could never. And then we have our 2 enchanted cards. We got Simba and Tinker Bell. We talked about Simba, not the greatest. And then Tinker Bell, the absolute bestest, coming off the top as bestest. And those are all the steel cards from the first chapter. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. If you made it this far, please hit the like button. I would very much appreciate if you hit the like button, because it helps the video get seen by so many other people. Like, it's crazy. If like a video has more likes than another video, then that video performs so much more. Please hit the like button. It helps me out, the channel out, just so much if you do that. Thank you very much, and we'll see y'all in the next video.